tea. The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. This whole world's confusing me. Clouds as mean as you've ever seen. Ain't a bird who knows you're true. Then a little voice inside you whisper, don't sell your dreams so soon. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere there's a place of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home.
Hello and welcome to GSM Live on YouTube Live. I am joined here with the entire GSM team, squad, crew. Those are all things that we call ourselves constantly throughout the office. And you're more than welcome to call us that as well. We don't care. We call ourselves that. But before we dive in further, we're just going to introduce ourselves. If we haven't met you yet, it's kind of hard to meet in person right now, and the government says, hey, don't do that, right? And so we've been living in this universe, this online world for the past 3 weeks now, right? And so, but we're gonna introduce ourselves. So starting down there, who are you?
I'm John. I'm Ryan.
I'm Greer.
And I am Riley. Well, like we said, we are so excited to be here. We have a fun time planned ahead. And here's the deal. It is April 5th, and, a month ago when we were able to meet in person, do you guys remember that? When we could, have social interaction?
It's a very
outside?
distant memory
Yeah,
at this
it's
point.
crazy. GSM didn't have anything planned. We were not planning to meet in person because it was the start of some of all your spring breaks and that kind of thing, and we understand there might be some travel plans for some people, and it's also the beginning of Holy Week, right? And so we didn't have anything planned, but we thought, since we have to stay in the house, we're subject to watching YouTube Live, we might as well throw out some content, right? And so there's absolutely zero guarantee that this will be good content, but hopefully it'll be entertaining and positive and uplifting as well. And so like I said, we're going to have some fun elements throughout this. There will be opportunity to engage in comments, some games a little bit later, but we're actually going to start that right now with a game that we play often in GSM, First to 5. All right, so here is the idea. I'm going to read off a couple of things, and if what I read applies to you or any of you, and I'll play as well, you all will just throw up a finger and let everybody know, yeah, that applies to me. For you that are joining us online, you can throw a number into the comments. If I read something and it's the first thing that applies to you, just throw a 1 in there. If it's the third thing that applies to you, throw a 3 in there. Now, if I've only read 1 and you throw a 3 in there, we will know that you're not at 3 already because we've only read 1, okay? And so we're going to get started with First to 5, online edition with the GSM squad, crew, team. That's because that's what we call ourselves. Okay, first things first. Broken a bone. If you've broken a bone, throw a finger up in the air. If you're one of you, if you're online, I guess you could throw a finger up in the air too, but throw it in the comments so that we all can see it. All right, next one. Have you ever been to Canada? Have you ever been to Canada? It's about a 2-hour drive north east from here.
2?
Yeah, just right across Detroit.
Detroit's like 3 hours. Yeah, that's like 4
It's
hours.
not 2
You're
hours.
cutting it there.
I'm gonna check
How fast
Google
are you
Maps
driving?
after this. Okay, have you all been to Canada?
Nope.
John Bemis.
Never.
Huh.
I
I'm
like
gonna
their
take you to
syrup,
Canada
though.
sometime.
Why not?
You like
syrup.
Yeah, cool.
I'm
All
okay.
right, so I've done that one, and I've been to Canada. Have you ever eaten an entire pizza by yourself. Now, Lunchable pizzas do not count. I'm expecting at least more than a personal size, so like 10 inches and higher. That would be cause for I have done that. Ooh.
Tony Sacco's.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think y'all were there. Weren't you all there for that one? Yeah.
Probably. I was probably cheering you on.
I think you were.
That's how we encourage one another.
Yeah, absolutely.
On this crew. All right. Have you written a memoir? Have you written a memoir?
Take one away from that.
Has nobody written a memoir? Have you written a
What
memoir?
does that even mean?
Are you 13 and you've written your entire life story already?
Was that a point? Just a way that you can get a point, Riley?
No, I have not written a memoir. I have not written a memoir.
Alright.
I've got nothing to write about. Absolutely. I've been to Canada. That's something. Chapter 1. Been to Canada. Got there in 2 hours. All right, here we go. Have you ever seen a shark? This can be in an aquarium or in the wild. I have seen one.
Oh, yeah.
In both situations.
Have you ever pet a shark?
Yeah.
it's
Actually, in both
pretty
situations.
Wow.
In the yeah. Okay, so
In the wild?
quick story.
You
So
pet
we
one in
were
the wild?
in Florida. We were in Florida, and we were crab shell hunting on the beach late at night. We walk up to this huge crowd around, and we're like, oh, surely there's a bunch of crabs over there. People are hunting. And so we walk in, and this guy caught a shark off the pier. He walked it up towards the shore, jumped off the pier onto the sand, and then took it over to like the sandbar area. And so as he was pulling it away, it was kind of super sad. I was able to pet the back of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad story.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
got
the
dark
shark
really
didn't make
quickly.
it. Yeah.
Didn't want to save
I was
it.
expecting a much more lighthearted story. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Have you
Next
ridden on a train? Trains are happy.
Oh,
Trains
I've
are
done that.
happy. I have not ridden on a train. Wow. Ryan wins.
Ryan wins.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you got a five
Ryan
already?
wins.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool.
Five.
All right.
Air 5.
Air five.
Okay, here we go. Have you ever been to the principal's office?
Oh.
I have been to it.
I threw up in the principal's office
You
one
threw
time.
up? Out of spite? Like what? Oh.
No, the nurse wasn't in the office, and so I went to go find the nurse, and it was
But like, were you called to the principal's office, or were you
no,
just...
not that time. I've been called
Okay.
the principal before. Not that time. I was trying to find the nurse because I was very, very sick.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't in there, and I thought maybe she'd be in the principal's office, so I went to turn and ask the principal where the nurse was, and I threw up in her doorway.
See, I was
She definitely had
imagining-
somebody in there too, which was crazy. But
Oh.
Yeah, I was imagining when you said I threw up in the principal's office, you got called down to the principal's office and you disagreed with the situation entirely, and so
No.
you're like, well, I get
I'll show
like
you.
a cat, like a cat. Like cats do that. Cats do that all
coughing
the
up a hairball.
time. Okay, I'm at 4. Did
We're at five now.
Okay, what have I done on this list? Have you have you played Monopoly? And I'm not just saying like you got out the box and you set out the pieces.
Ooh.
Somebody is assigned to be the banker, right? But have you completely played an entire game? It usually takes about 5 to 6 hours if you're playing it right and you're making good deals. It's the art of the trade, art of the deal, you know. And I love Monopoly, and so that's my 5th one.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Good job.
are you gonna give
We did
everyone
it.
else a chance to like finish? Or?
Yeah. I want you.
Okay.
I want you to get to 5.
Yes,
Have you ever flown in a plane? Look how I spelled plane. Have you ever flown in a plane? If you've flown in a plane,
Plane.
have you ever flown in a plane? Throw it in the comments. Have you ever been to Chicago? That's within 2 hours. I do know that.
Yes. Yep.
If
Yes.
you take
You can ride the train there.
Yeah.
Good.
Or a plane.
Yeah. Do you have siblings? I've got a couple siblings. Okay, we've done the memoir thing. Have you ever pulled an all-nighter? Have you ever stayed up late throughout the entire night for video game reasons or academic reasons because you forgot that a paper was due the next day?
Pulled all nighter for
And,
academics? No.
Really?
What?
Yeah, no, never did.
You were just always
Always on
No,
video games.
what I would do is
Impressed.
I would if I had to like pull an all-nighter type thing, I would just go to sleep, wake up really early, and then do it.
Interesting tactic.
You're a
It's a bold strategy, but it got me through college. So
you're a disciplined guy.
I'm impressed.
Well done.
Yeah.
I think that is everything that I have. Have you ever binge watched a TV show? That was the other one that we.
In one day.
Yeah, in one day,
One
and
day.
maybe
A
in
season.
one
A
sitting.
season, maybe. Yeah, a season
got
in a
like
single
season
day.
done.
Maybe in one sitting. We've got a bunch of stuff happening for the next 30 or so minutes. So hang around. We're going to have a couple opportunities here shortly for you to continue to engage in the comments. regarding some Amazon items. Greer, would you like to give us a little intro for what's coming next?
Yeah, you bet. So this next segment we're going to have in a minute, we're just calling it Best Amazon Finds Under $10. So what happened is each member of our team kind of scoured the internet to try and find the most unique, fun, useful, I don't really know, but however we determined best, we all picked the best item that we could find, and we don't know what each other picked. We're going to kind of present those items, so we'll have one for each of us, and then I'll show us one from Katie as well, who jumped in for this one. And what's going to happen is you guys are going to get a chance to vote in the comments which one you think is best. And not only that, but on Monday, after this airs, we are going to take all of the names from people that voted on which one was best, and we're going to put them in a name generator, and someone is going to win a chance at whatever item was voted. So, you know, once everyone votes what my item was, I can mail that to you from Amazon this next week, so that will be some fun here. So, we're going to get our items ready, and we're going to be back in just a minute. So we'll see you on the other side.
All right.
Best Amazon finds for under $10.
All right, GSM, we are back, and we are ready to start our next segment here, Best Amazon Finds Under $10. So, like I said a minute ago, these guys don't know what we all picked. I'm going to pass out a little bit of what they picked in case they needed a reminder. It can kind of show us. When we explain it, we'll show a photo down in one of the corners here or here, so you guys can kind of get a better shot of what we're talking about. So, who wants to go first?
Me.
Okay.
All right,
Let's see it.
Ryan's going to go first.
All right.
What do you got for us today, Ryan?
All right, have you ever wondered what separated your writing skills from the likes of William Shakespeare or the writers of the Declaration of Independence?
Like when writing a memoir?
Yeah,
Are we talking like my handwriting or like
I'm talking
my?
about your creative writing ability.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You might
Yeah.
be thinking that it's your brain, and it's just
Yeah.
like your brain doesn't work the same way as the likes of Shakespeare. But I'm here to tell you, maybe it's not the brain, it's the utensil that you write with.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
They all wrote with feather pens. And so for today, for under $10, you can get a set of 12 feather pens to write whatever you want to write with. Maybe you want to write a new play, or maybe you want to just write a memoir. Like Riley was saying, you have, for $9.98, you get 12 pens. And that's just a great investment, because you think about it, if you write a Shakespearean love story in this century, you're going to make millions and millions of dollars just for the price of $9.98. It's a great investment, a great opportunity. You guys can take a look at it.
I don't need to. I'm ready to vote. I am sold.
I will say I do love the nice touch that there is like some gold and some silver.
Yep.
Like it's a high quality feather
Yeah,
pen.
I mean
too.
it's more high tech than those that were written way back when, but it's the same idea, the same principle. It gets the same
Interesting.
creative juices
Okay.
flowing, and really, I mean it's what you need to turn your SATs into a Shakespearean love story, to turn your math test into a smart test. So
Yeah.
Gel ink too.
yeah, I mean,
roller ball pens.
oh
That's
yeah,
a
it's
ballpoint, man.
It's great. It's
Can't beat
great.
that.
I completely support my decision of choosing
All
this.
right. That's
all
a
right.
good one.
All right. I can go next if you want.
Yep, you got
Let's
it.
see. Should I do mine or Katie's?
Let's save Katie's for last.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. All right. All right. So my item is a Groot flowering pot. So I know we're all like, we're stuck at home, we can't see anybody. So I know in my life, I like having a little bit of life and plants around. So what could be better than a Groot flowering pot? For $9.92, you can have a 6-inch flower pot with Groot making the little heart hands, and then he can grow his little plants and flowers out of his
Oh my
head. I mean,
goodness.
I think you need
Amazing.
this to get through
That
our
is-
quarantine right now.
That's
So
a good one.
That's
I am
Yeah.
so insecure about what I bought.
How big is this? So
it's 6 inches, so that's a good
wow,
sized
yeah,
pot.
that's
They do have
decent.
smaller ones for a lesser price too. I think there is a shorter
There's-
one for
yeah.
like $4.92 or something like that.
You get 2 of
That's
those.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Is
can
it
have a whole
Yeah.
family of groups.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just tried to click the other picture.
Order now.
Or Or why can't I?
One click.
That's amazing. Wow.
All right,
All right,
John,
that's
Davis, what
mine.
you got?
You want me to go next? All right. So, like Greer said, a lot of us like to have plants and life around us in our homes. I'm sure many of you do, or your parents maybe do. But one thing that's always going to be so helpful when you have these is you're going to need something to help keep pests and other things off of your plants. So I just picked 1,500 live ladybugs for the low price. Actually, this is under $10 by far because you can get it for $6.70. That's an amazing deal. 1,500. No, let me re-say it. 1,500 live ladybugs.
Can I see that?
Guaranteed live delivery. I want to read this part really quick, just for it includes a ladybug educational sheet with
Oh.
release tips, release rates, ladybug fun facts, and FAQs.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That,
guaranteed
it
live
was a
delivery.
solid score, but now I think that might bump it up a
Yeah,
notch
it's
for me
up
too.
there. It's not on that and not on that paper, but I was reading in the Amazon description. But they actually won't ship this on the weekends. So if you want it, you got to ship it, order it during the week to prevent the ladybugs from sitting in a warehouse for a couple days. I don't know what that's all about, but
That seems very nice.
yeah, 1,500 live ladybugs could be shipped right to your door for the low price of $6.70.
Well done. Well
That's
done.
nice.
Good find. All right, Riley, you're up. We're
Time
saving
has
Katie's for
come.
last.
Oh. Have you ever been traveling and you're just like, oh, I forgot my foot cream and lip balm and body lotion and deep cleansing cream and a hand salve, SALVE. Well, this is a 5-pack of Burt's Bees, travel size. It has all of those things. It looks like it also has some French written on the thing, so you can practice your French as well. It's for $9.99, and oh, this is awful. Why did I choose this? This is so bad. Nobody vote for. You don't want this. Nobody vote for any of those. Any of them. All right, Kate. What did Katie? Oh gosh. What did Katie bring?
Well, Katie, in theme with the rest of us, has a great find for us today. It's up there. This could be a challenging one for some of the ones we've seen today. So Katie has recognized, in this quarantine time, the days kind of run together. Like, we could have been at home for 3 days, 14 days, 572. I really don't know
Zero.
anymore. So having a way to keep track of your days is going to be really important, which is why you need this 2020 wall calendar of nuns having fun.
Nuns having fun.
Nuns having fun. Yes, there is a full 12-month wall calendar with a unique photo of some nuns having fun each month. They could be at a gumball machine. They could be roller skating. You just never know what type of wild fun these nuns might
In
have.
the description, it says a slice of heavenly humor for your. I get it. That's good.
Yeah, so
Oh
there
my
is
gosh.
some great options here. So just as a recap, we would love to have you guys vote now which item you think is the best Amazon find under $10. So just to recap, we have John Bemis down here with his 1,500 live ladybugs. Ryan's got his 12-pack of feather pens.
Do the right thing.
Yeah, I've got my 6-inch Groot planter pot here to help grow some plants at your house. Katie has her wall calendar of nuns having fun, and I think Riley's just done. So you've got 4 options here. Go ahead and vote in the comments, and tomorrow on Monday afternoon, around 4 o'clock, we are going to do a Pick Me on our Instagram page, and whichever name wins, you are going to get one of these wonderful items mailed straight to your house. So I think that about wraps up our best Amazon finds under $10, and we will follow up with you guys tomorrow afternoon. So Riley, what do we got next?
So, there is a show on, I believe it's Netflix right now,
Yeah.
called Nailed It. And it really stems from the internet fad, right, of people looking on Pinterest
Yeah.
with really high expectations that they are going to be able to match the beautiful creations that they find on Pinterest.
Every time.
And then, inevitably, they realize that it's not good, and it does not look good, and nobody needs to really see these things, right? And then it makes other people laugh because they tried so hard. And there's this entire TV show on it. And we thought, you know what? We might as well give it a try.
I mean, we're stuck at home, so what better than the four of us trying to bake something, and not just bake, but decorate something for you, just for your entertainment. Really, we do this for you.
Yep.
So
and to be honest, I learned some new techniques. So I'm growing through this time, and my baking will be getting better. But essentially, we said let's try to decorate the GSM Live logo that we've been seeing for the past 3 weeks. All over social media, on GSM Live and YouTube Live, that kind of thing. And so that was our goal, and we're not good at designing stuff.
No.
So we hope that you enjoy this absolute failed it experience.
Nailed it or failed it. Nailed it or failed. Nailed it or failed it. Did we nail it or did we fail it?
All right, and welcome back to our GSM edition of Nailed It, or as we're probably going to experience, Failed It. Like Riley said, we've got this idea from like the trend right now where everybody looks at Pinterest, tries to bake something or create something that is based off a Pinterest board. We decided this year GSM Live logo that our friend Ryan here created for us, that we are going to try to decorate some sugar cookies like that, okay? And so I think we should just I don't know, if anybody wants to start, we can. I can start if you would like me to. I'll just explain sort of how I went about this. Actually, I think Greer maybe should start. Greer, because I say this because Greer, I think, went first out of all of us and helped inform the rest of us a little bit about where we could go wrong. So,
Sure.
Greer, if you're cool with that, you should start us off, maybe.
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
So, so when I started, as we were talking about what we wanted to do, maybe, we decided we were going to focus more on, like, the decorating piece, not necessarily, like, figuring out who would have the better bake or the better taste. So just to save time, because I wanted to try a new frosting technique, I decided to just buy dough that I could just bake that way, and I didn't have to worry about mixing it. So I went and bought some Pillsbury Easter dough, and even had a nice little pack where it's like cut into the circles. I'm like, oh, this would be great. It'll be nice and uniform, like really easy to decorate, nice and flat. But there's a problem because I didn't realize until I got home that the box that I purchased had a little disclaimer on the bottom that said enlarged for detail. And the cookies that I bought to decorate this wonderfully elaborate GSM Live logo were quite mini. So I just had to roll with it, I guess. So I'll throw a picture up in the corner somewhere too for these, but here is my cute little GSM logo. As you can see, a lot of the frosting kind of like ended up blurring together. I was proud of the nice little like shine to it. I didn't do the royal icing because that needed a special like meringue powder that I learned about, but this was a variation where I melted down powdered sugar and some water to help kind of give it that smooth shine rather than.
So you like homemade? That's well.
I did homemade the frosting.
Wow.
So I am proud of this piece. I just wish I would have thought I had to like just forget the dough and just roll it all into one thing, but I really don't know. So I did get a decent GSM on a couple. I got the little lines. I honestly just gave up on having the live there. I just made a little dot because there was just no way that I was going to fit. For references, maybe like a large quarter is about as big as this thing is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my attempt. If you weren't quite sure, if you turn it over, you could see what the bottom of what an Easter bunny would be. Because that was the cookie that I bought.
Yes.
But yeah, that is my GSM Live.
Look at that.
Nailed it. Thank you.
Round of
Thank
applause
you.
for that.
So,
I'll go next because Greer informed us that her cookies were a little bit smaller than she anticipated, and I'm pretty sure I bought the exact same dough that she did. Maybe without the Easter bunny thing, but so I actually rolled all mine up into a ball, kind of flatten it out or whatever, and then cut out of a thing a little bit of cookies. And again, there'll be a picture of this down below so you can see. But here's my cookie creation.
good.
It's average at best. The little outside circle is not really a circle. If you look at it from a distance, it kind of looks like a face, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a little strange. The GSM, I could not I can't draw anyways. I'm terrible 3D artist, right? And so, or 2D artist. Any artist, yeah.
Anything that's not a guitar, we're in
Exactly.
trouble.
That is exactly right. So yeah, the design on this is lacking. I obviously couldn't spell live even on a cookie this normal size. Compare that to Greer's size of cookie there.
Size comparison.
Yeah,
there.
Did you spell it wrong or just not try?
I just didn't try. I just put little lumps,
Okay.
little lines where
Cursive,
it was.
maybe?
Yeah, kind of a cursive. I mean, it's technically in cursive, so
Yeah.
I did put a little dot where the live I is,
Nice.
and then tried to make the little lines, and
I mean,
then
that's more than I did, so you're
Yeah.
already winning.
and then I just had a bunch of leftover dough, and I'd already stuck the first batch in the oven, and I was like, I don't know what else to do with this, so I just made a much larger size cookie.
Or that looks like a pizza.
Yeah, it does. It kind
You
of
did
looks.
get the live that time.
Yeah, I
though.
got live actually kind of spelled out there. The lines aren't quite as long. The circle's a little better, but yeah, that's that. I just thought it's leftover dough. Might as well use it as a big cookie.
Yeah.
Can I just make an observation though? So you made a larger cookie to better surface area, but you decorated it like the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you didn't
There's a lot of
make
edge
it
to that
Yeah,
cookie.
yeah,
like
for sure.
any extra space
For
you
sure.
just had.
This and I went with the black frosting for the background, trying to kind of
Yeah.
get, and it just does not spread. Like I couldn't get that smooth, shiny. Granted, I didn't home make my frosting either, so it's just kind of janky. I had like a knife. I was trying to spread it out. It's just I don't
It's a
know.
good try. It's a good
Yeah,
try.
I did taste them. I tasted one of them last night, and they are not good at all.
These weren't too bad.
They're
The
just-
frosting was, since it's melted sugar, it was
Yeah.
pretty sweet. So I'm gonna have to scrape a little off just so it's not
Are we accounting
overpowering.
for flavor in
No.
this at all? Should
No.
we eat them?
I
Okay.
mean, you guys can have if you want. I'd with social distancing. I don't know if that's a super
I'm just gonna eat mine.
we'll check it around. But
Whatever.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
Are you gonna go next?
Okay. So I had huge aspirations for this. And I told the crew team squad that we call ourselves, I told them I was going big, I was going for comically large, and it wasn't that big. I was expecting a lot larger, but here's mine. This is what it looks like. Again, we'll add.
for comparison, this was my leftover dough one, and then that thing
Yeah.
over there. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
This was all of mine. I think mine was
Yeah.
all
I did, like I
Yours
said.
looks like a topping that he would decorate his
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
It has it. Yeah, it's a little
maybe-
trademark
yeah.
logo.
Like I said, I learned the flooding technique. To give you an idea of what I was shooting for, I used a half of thing of blue icing, a half a thing of pink icing, and about a full thing of the black icing. But I bought 6 blue packets of icing, 4 pink packets of icing, and 5 black packets of icing. So
you
I
were
was
really-
going big.
Yeah, you
I
were.
wanted to go,
As big as the
1-to-1
TV.
ratio.
He was trying to go the
And,
size of a TV.
And then it didn't.
Your teeth are so black.
It didn't pan out.
Fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. All right. This will be down on the screen, and you can vote for this one if you want it. You don't have to though. Ryan, what you got? What you got?
Yeah, he's
So-
the one holding out over here. I'm so
I
intrigued.
haven't given anyone even a clue or a hint as to what I designed because I'm pretty excited about what it is. I decided after researching the feather pens that you guys voted on from our last segment, I decided my mind was kind of in that creative historical mindset. So I started looking
Love history.
at the works of Van Gogh, of Picasso, of Michelangelo, and started looking at their works and let that kind of inspire the take I was going to have on the GSM Live logo. And so I'm super excited to see what your guys' takes are, what your thoughts are on it. It's going to be in the bottom of the screen. You guys can check it out. The suspense is probably killing them.
It is. I have no idea what's going to
Excited.
happen.
All right, here it is. I figured I would take more of an abstract approach. So when you look at it I learned this from a movie called Daddy Daycare. Abstract art is kind of, you look at it and you squint your eyes and you see what you want to see. So when you look at it and squint really hard, you can see actually a perfect representation of the GSM Live logo with the brick in the background and everything. So check it out. It took some time.
Yeah, how'd you go about decorating this? It's I mean,
really, it's not me decorating it. It's kind of like this creative person that's not even inside. I feel like I was outside. I felt like
Your
it
wife?
was an out-of-body experience
Oh, okay.
designing this. It
Cool.
was just letting the creative juices and the abstract art just flow through me. I felt like a true artist. I did Van Gogh proud. And my
I
friend
am
proud.
impressed, Ryan. Well done.
Good job, Ryan.
Well
Thank you.
done. Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Well, if you want, you can go and vote for who won.
It's really just bragging rights at this point,
Yeah.
but you
We're
know.
not sending you any of
Yeah,
those.
we're not
You don't
sending
want
You
those.
don't want
You
any
do
of
not.
these, so.
I might have used a pizza crust. I don't know. Anyway.
That would have been a genius idea, though.
Yeah,
We said we weren't going to take
like a dessert pizza.
missed opportunity.
Two of my favorite things. All right, so that wraps up for our nailed it or failed it. Quickly, I'm gonna be the judge. Failed it. I'd say you nailed it.
Wow.
Your colors
Yeah,
are
colors
really
are
good.
out.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Light blue.
And I failed it.
That's pretty. I'm impressed. It's the like because even on your lettering you have like the little
Yeah.
dashes,
Yeah.
like as if it's like real neon sign. Like
And I
Yeah.
appreciate that
You
your
even got
your
live.
actual border is the pink, not the black. That's where I think I went wrong. Is like my black goes
Yeah.
out past the
Mm.
you know.
yeah.
Yeah. And you got a nice shine on that accent
Thank
too.
you.
I don't
Thank
at
you.
all.
Ryan, you failed it. And that wraps up Nailed It or Failed It, GSM Live Cookie Edition. But we're not done. We are not finished. We have more in store right after this. All right, this is the last thing that we have for the Sunday night, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be interesting. This is our first time trying something like this.
True.
At least I can speak for myself in that. And you might be wondering, Riley, what is it? Well, you see, it's a very convoluted, complicated mechanism that we have been working on tirelessly, and it's essentially called a Rube Goldberg machine. Now, there are tons of examples like these on YouTube that you can do a quick search and find. Dude Perfect did one. It was pretty sweet. Of course, they like way top. I'm not comparing us to them because it's not going to be anywhere cool as that, I
Lower the
promise.
bar just a little bit.
Yeah, but do you guys have any questions before we begin?
So I'm not sure if I've actually ever seen one of these before,
Uh-huh.
but I have seen, what it comes to mind right now anyway, is I've seen some of these videos on TikTok where like a ping pong ball starts at the top of the stairs and some contraption, it kind of works its way down, does a turn, there's a blow dryer that turns,
Yeah.
whatever, ends in a cup somehow.
Exactly.
Is that what those are?
That's exactly what
Okay.
it is. Yeah. So there's a couple of them on TikTok, a couple of them on YouTube, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
If you were given a year to eat a standard wooden door, how would you go about it?
Well, you see, so 365 days in a year.
Yep.
So I would cut the door into 365 equal-sized pieces, and then just spend that day 24 hours. That's how many hours are in a day, and just like slowly gnaw on that one until day in, day out, it's finished. Yeah.
Historically speaking,
Yeah.
what is kind of some of the historical context of a Rube Goldberg machine?
Yeah, like where did it come from?
Right. So Rube Goldberg, that was a guy. He lived. I think he was born in like 1889,
Wait,
maybe.
did you say Whoopi Goldberg?
No, Rube. R-U-B-E. Yep. Rube. Rube
Bummer.
Goldberg, but yeah, I know. Born late 1800s, I think it was like 1889, and died mid 1900s. I don't know exactly when. But while he was alive, he was an American cartoonist, and so he would write comics within newspapers. Those used to be really like important. That's how people got news. And there was a little section for comedy and comics, and he would write in there, and he developed this idea of using regular everyday items to create a machine that would make something happen, right? Whether it's turning on a light switch or flipping on a fan, that kind of thing. There's a long system to make that happen. And it was about I think the late 1980s that Purdue University in Indiana, our very own Purdue University, started a national competition where people could bring in these types of machines and put them on display. And I believe it's still happening year in, year out.
Maybe
don't
not
quote
this
me
year.
on that. Yeah, I don't know
Maybe not
about
this year. That
Yeah.
other
and-
years, I'm sure it's happening.
Yeah, and so it's a really popular thing that people like to do with their friends, and so that's what we're doing here. So we're gonna show you a video of this thing working. All right, and comment.
Yeah. Well, the trick is we hope that it works.
Yeah.
So maybe before we go, why don't you go ahead and put in the comments whether you think this team squad can pull off this Rube Goldberg
Yes.
machine.
That's good. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but we'll see what happens.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Six and a half hours later.
So here's the deal. We've been at this for 6 hours, and we've just about got it, but we haven't. So we're just going to show you the rest of it.
All right, that does it for our Sunday GSM Live on YouTube Live. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you at least chuckled like a little bit once. That was our goal. That was the bar that we were shooting for, and we hope that happened for you. And we have a few next steps that you want to be aware of and paying attention to. But I've been talking a lot, and I want the crew squad team to be in on this as well. So, Ryan, what we got?
Yeah, so next Sunday we will not be having GSM Live because it's Easter. So next Sunday we encourage you guys to tune in with the church, grangerchurch.com, watch the live stream. It's going to be a super awesome experience for us being the church together. We encourage you to hop on. I'm going to be hopping on with my wife. I know they're going to be hopping on with their family. So we really encourage you to hop on grangerchurch.com, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or just the website. Watch Easter service there.
Yeah, in addition to that, if you guys have been following along with our social media, we kind of been doing this prayer in the morning and a Devo in the afternoon. Well, rather than doing a YouVersion Bible plan for this week that's actually starting right now is a thing called Holy Week. And some of you guys might know her, but our very own Becky Graves is actually writing a devotional for our church to do together, which I am just so excited about. So we'll kind of push some of that to our channels, but make sure you're watching at Granger Church, either on Instagram or on Facebook as well, to follow along with those devotionals as a family, because I think it'll be really, really cool.
Yeah, and on top of those devotionals, also we're putting together, not us as a team, but the Granger Church as a whole on our Facebook and Instagram pages, putting together some stuff for a Good Friday service and some more experiential things throughout the week on like Thursday. And so be sure to be following us at Granger Church, the whole church page, and us at Granger Students. So you can keep up to date with all the things happening there on social media and whatnot. And yeah, we're just excited about all the things coming up. So.
Yeah.
All right, well, that does it for us. We just want to let you all know we miss you all so much. Trust us. We've been praying for you all like crazy over the past few weeks. Feel free to reach out to any of us at any time throughout the week as well. Well, we will not see you next Sunday, but after that, GSM Live, YouTube Live will continue on. So have a great week. Bye.